Hey everybody, if y'all can see me okay. There, that's a little bit better. Doing just a quick little video. I've had a couple people reach out. I talked to one today, a young lady today, and wanted to come in and trucking. I hope you don't mind, but I'm going to use this because I think what she brought up was good. I'm sorry, these are my, I'm kind of a geeky. I don't have transitions, and if you come into the truck, the transitions don't work because you're sitting so far back. So they don't work good. So I have the clip-ons, and I think I'm going to get a prescription set of glasses here soon, once the money starts rolling in. So I'm going to leave this on just in case. So here's what's up. I've had a couple of you reaching out to me asking me about the company I'm with. So I want to go over that real quick so you know what the qualifications are. And if you're interested, I don't have a problem recommending anybody because they'll do your background check. But I'm going to let you know that the base requirements is you have to drive for a minimum of 2 years. So you have to have a minimum of 2 years OTR. Now, how recent that is, I don't know. I can get your information over. I got a couple buddies right now who are looking at it that I've told about it because of the amount of money you can make. And people I've run into now that I'm in the company who've shown me their paychecks. Not the company didn't tell me. They just on the yard. And they're welcome to the company. A lot of them have been there 4+ years under the sun. So, and they make good money. Like I said, the one girl showed me her check. She's averaging 7, but like the lowest one I saw was around $6,000 for the month. So, and that's a solo driver. So, if you're driving yours, and then teams are about the same. I mean, if you want to team with somebody, they also do have slip seat where you could actually be home, depending on where you're at in the country, and be home in your bed every night. Slip seat means that you might drive the day shift, and another person drives the night shift. You guys share a cab, or share a truck. And that means you're probably only driving 300 miles somewhere and then 300 miles back. So you can be home at night. So you're just really moving trailers or delivering freight to a client. Because we had one of the girls I met in class. That's what her and another guy in the class were doing. They have regional positions. I think they have some dedicated lanes in the Texas area. I don't know how far, but you have to reach out. Like I said, if there's something you're interested in, hit me up, truckerdoll@gmail.com, or go to truckerdoll on Facebook. The young lady I spoke to, Jackie, it was a pleasure speaking with you today. She sent me all her information to contact her, and I did because of what her interest was. And I originally contacted her through Messenger. I'm not necessarily if I get a weird vibe, I'm not going to contact you. I've talked to maybe on the phone about 3 drivers. This young lady, I talked to Jose, who's my truckload guy, and CJ, because CJ reached out to me when I was first coming back into trucking and was offering to refer me into Covenant. Basically, though, after talking to him and his trainer, because he was doing like I did, he had been off the road for a while. Shoot, hold up, guys, I dropped my glasses. Y'all forgive me. Ah, crap. He had been off the road for a while. Now I'm gonna lift it back up. Ready? He had been off the road, and my truck right now is a hot mess because we just got everything from the storage unit, and this don't have the same storage. I'm gonna give y'all a tour once I get settled in, but right now my bunk is full of boxes and bins. So under bed storage is gonna be used on this truck. It does not have the same storage as the other one, and on the upper bunk is gonna be used. And the Joe came and did my snaps at the top, so it has a ladder, which is nice, but the upper bunk was gonna be storage. I'm just saying. The other one was too, but that upper bunk is a little higher up than in the old truck. And the only other thing I don't like is the upper bunk does not have, when Joe, he climbed up there to snap my curtains at the top, it does not have filters, or, it doesn't have air, it doesn't have vents, it doesn't have air vents at the top. That's the only thing that I did not like. I mean, Joe said he didn't see any. I see the speakers up there, and it does have 2 windows. But if there were 2 people in here and you were teaming, and you guys both stopped at the same time, you had to use the bunks, you guys are going to need a fan for that top bunk. Because it doesn't, it gets nice and cold down at the bottom bunk. But like the cold is just barely reaching right about here. It's okay here, but it's really nice and cold back there. So, I mean, if you're back in your bunk, you're chilling, you're watching TV. Anyway, I've already priced fridges too. But let me get back to this. So the young lady, she contacted me because she was asking about the company I'm with. My company had to have 2 years verifiable experience. She did not have that quite yet. She do about 1.5 years. I'd be happy to recommend you in, Jackie. It's not a problem. But even when you tell me your issue, if you're a newbie or if you're somebody who's coming back in, I've been through it. So definitely feel free to reach out to me, and I thank you, and whoever referred you to reach out to me. I don't have a problem helping you. And I referred her to my headhunter because she didn't have as much experience as they required. So she's going to have to probably go through a different company, get the rest of her experience, and then if this is doing good like I think it's going to do, then I'd have no problem. I would guys tell you my experience. I'm not going to tell you, though, where I work. I'm not. And even though sometimes you guys will see me have gear on from Conway, Swift, I still have Werner gear. I also have family in this industry. So even though I wear something, don't always think that's where I work. I'm just saying. I get stuff because sometimes family gives me stuff. I have a cousin who's at least purchased at Swift. I got friends over at Werner. I got people over at Night. So you don't necessarily know where I work. I'm just saying. So I have people at different companies. I'm just saying. And I might work. You might see me with gear on. Don't assume that's where I work, because it might not be. Somebody could have gave me the gear. I still got an old Conway shirt. Shoot. I got gear from some other companies. I got a shirt that says Penske on it. I got another shirt that says Premier. I don't work for none of them companies. I might get some Blackhawk stuff from Bill. I'm just saying. So you can guess all you want. Again, it's a safety thing. But if you don't have, if you haven't been out here long, but you're having a CDL and you have at least 6 months verifiable experience, I'm happy to help you. If you're brand new to the industry and you need to know maybe trucking companies I would recommend, I'm happy to talk with you and see what I can find out, or text you or email me, or hit me up through Messenger and let me know your situation and your story. If there's different things you can do in this industry. So let's say you have family duties that you need to. You can be like these people and do slip seat and be home every night and make it okay living. Maybe bring in, I don't know how much you bring in, maybe $500 to $700 or $800 a week. And if you can do that, wonderful. If that works for you, wonderful. They might still get about what I'm getting, because if they do 600 miles a day, between 500 and 600 miles a day, they may bring in the same money I bring in. Even being OTR, but I don't know how frequent they're moving freight, so that's another thing. With OTR, they're going to keep me moving with stuff, and especially reefer. If you come to this, if I do refer you in, do not think everybody got a new truck. I'm not trying to be mean, not trying to be cocky in any way, because that's not it. Because I believe in being humble. Because I listen to some of these people on YouTube now that I used to watch that I liked. And some of them have gotten arrogant as hell. And as I told the young lady I was talking to today, pride cometh before the fall. So you have to be humble. And I hit the horn. The horn is very sensitive. You need to be humble. So because otherwise you will hit a fall. But sometimes we forget from whence we came. And I've had to tell that to another friend of mine who's in management. I used to do management. It's easy to get cocky. Don't get cocky. I tried to identify more with my people than I did the management, because I saw a lot of management that got very cocky in charging my headset. Got very cocky in how they did their job. Pride cometh before the fall. You really need to be humble, because this is not easy work. We all start at a certain place. Even though that lady who said she'd help me, that showed me her check, one of the truckers with teeth missing and stuff. But she was very nice to me. I can't judge that she let her teeth rot out. I got teeth back here I need to go get fixed right now. I don't know what her financial situation was when she did that. I don't know what her financial situation is now that she can't take $7,000 a month and go handle that. But it's also sometimes up here, maybe you haven't learned that that's important to have that, your teeth handled. Me, I'm getting ready to, I'm going to have to do that too. That's something else I'm going to have to deal with. But if you come here, the trucks that we get, they were ranging everywhere from 2015 up to the 2019. So they did have people that got 2018s. Those might have been new as well. I don't know how many miles, if they had miles on them. I know the 2019 was the newest truck they had. Their fleet consisted of KWs, Peterbilts, and Freightliners. And I will tell you, just based on my driving of this truck, the difference. So from my 2017 that I had with my other company, this is hands down probably the smoothest ride in a Freightliner I've ever had. It was so smooth that for me, I'm normally a slow driver. I'm not, because I can feel the truck leaning. The truck comes with like a roll stabilization and all of that. So it has a lot of sensors. We do not have cameras inside or outside of the truck. I'm going to be adding a camera to the front. One, because I want to get riding views, but B, is also a cover. I do like outside cameras. So if something happens in front of you, it can be handled. They do have safety sensors on here. But to me, without them being able to review footage, I have a problem with if you're going to pull me in for anything. So I'm making sure that I have my proof. Always CYA in the industry. Matter of fact, me and my driver manager, this one, I liked her a lot. We had to come to Jesus meeting. It's like, this is who I am. This is what I'm looking for. This is how I run. I do not change. So if you send me up in snow, I don't have a problem. I'll drive snow. But if it gets to a point where the chains has to be on, the truck gets shut down and or I reroute myself. And we can talk about that. If it's an issue, then me and you can talk about that, and it just has to be an issue. Because I do not change. I don't. So we had a good conversation on that. But yeah, so I got over here to Walmart, and I did go look up refrigerator. My refrigerator is going to cost $168, the one that I want. It's about 3 cubic feet, and it has a cubic feet. It has a frost-free. And I'll give you a tour back here because it is actually big enough. The refrigerator is big enough to fit back here. And I think I can put the microwave on top of it. Or what I may do is drop down the DVR box. And then I just found out how to lock the TV towards the edge of the bed. So I push the TV back to where it's against the window. And it actually has a hatch and window on the end. That's one thing I hate. I hated the back of the other truck that I had with the other company, the starter company, because I had no window. All you had was a vent. Now, I do have the vent, but I also have a window I can open up. And to me, that is huge, because if you're just like chilling in the city, like for me, I might go to Vegas and I just decide to stay on the truck instead of stay at a hotel, or go up to Jubit's where Bill is at and stay on the truck instead of stay at the hotel. I like to open up the window. So, especially in Oregon. So, you know, or you get a layover, or you do a 34-hour reset, open up that window and chill out. So, yeah, so that's it. I'm going to talk about the logs here, because the logs are weird, where you could creep around the yard without starting your clock. You cannot do that in this truck with this ELD they have. And they are using, oh shit, what's this box? It's Omnitrax. It's, I forgot what it's called. But anyway, they are using almost the same system. But you can't, if you move the truck, it instantly shows you on the drive. What I can do is I can make it where it doesn't hit my drive line, but you have to do on-duty driving, yard move, and what it does, it just starts your 14-hour clock. But I don't like that either, because the other day I had to move around where I was at the truck stop, and I wanted to move and then get closer and go to the bathroom. I did that, and it started my clock just even in that parking lot. It's hate it. So anyway, that's about it. But yeah, if you guys hit me up, if I can help you, fine. If you're interested in coming here, well, again, just shoot me your information. I will reach out to you, ask you what your credentials are before I bother the person at my recruiter at the company, and then I'll forward your information over. Some of my friends are looking right now because of the amount of money and the equipment, and the fact that they are, that's the other thing, that's the other thing I like about them. They are based on, they don't want you like in the sticks. You all interstate, because we may actually do an exchange, and also if anything ever happens with the truck, or you need to pick up somebody's load because something happens to their truck, they're on a major interstate that they can send some other driver to, and not up in, you know, Podunk State Highway. So that's something I did like about them, because I'm a big interstate person. I prefer being on the interstate than U.S. highways, even though U.S. highways can be some beautiful drives. They also can be, like I got stuck up in that U.S. highway with the fire in the mountain. I didn't have any kind of communication. The phone wasn't pulling out. The Qualcomm, that's what the Qualcomm wasn't pulling up anything. It wasn't doing anything. But yeah, so still got the new spell now with a whole bunch of stuff in here. I've got to get over to the laundry and wash some stuff. I hope you guys are having a blessed Saturday. I got to get my Bible study stuff up. Check us out, Trucker Doll. Oh, I have a new channel coming. I'm going to have a new channel coming. And I'm actually in joint talks right now with some truckers who are going to be on that channel with me. I'll give you more details here as I get it established. It'll probably be up and running, I'm estimating, either end of this week or next week. I've already talked to one trucker that I'm be talking to, my truckload guy, and we're working together on it. And then we'll get a Facebook page up too, for a group that way. So I'll be working on that as well. But we're going to have mainly our content on there, and then we'll just probably upload it over there. But we'll also have a group, because what I'm finding is the people that are reaching out to me, we have a lot of people new in the industry, or people returning into the industry, and we do have experienced drivers who are on here. I also want to get a lease purchase person, but we're going to have, like, it's going to be a range from the company driver to the newbie driver, to the flatbed driver to the reefer driver. I want a range from women to men. And what we're gonna probably do is either, I don't know, once a month, once every couple of weeks, everybody have a day of the week to put up new content. And that content will basically be different topics that we think will help you. The young lady who reached out to me today, I guess she was referred to me from Facebook, and that's how she got to me. I have no idea. From some CDL group. I don't know who the person, she didn't remember who told her about the channel. I'm like, well, thank you, I didn't know. You know, I like helping people. You know, I've had people help me, between Slim Kim, who watches What's Up Baby Girl, and Trucker Bill. They just have been phenomenal. And even my buddy Jose, you know, there was something that happened with one of the companies that I applied for, and he instantly picked up what I didn't pick up, but that my headhunter picked up in that. So, you know, it's good to have that feedback, because then you're like, really? You really think so? Because sometimes we question ourselves. And it's good to have other truckers, even whether you agree with their opinion or not. We all have different opinions. But we also have different experiences, and you can, what I call glean. Glean is a biblical term of picking things from a field in order to feed yourself. So when somebody, Bible story. So back in the day, if you were poverty stricken and they had farms, the farmer would leave food to help the other less fortunate people. And what those people would do was go to that farm and they would glean, meaning they pick from that field what they needed. And that's kind of the whole thing here. We're going to have a field of information from some drivers, and you need to glean from that field what works for you. And yeah, so we'll see how that works out. I got some other drivers I'll be talking to, and if you're interested and you're experienced in any way, I'm hopefully wanting somebody with a year plus more experience. Please feel free, and actually I'll even take somebody who's 6 months or more, because I think somebody with a brand new perspective is really good to hear your struggles and your frustrations. But hit me up on TruckerDoll or truckerdoll@gmail.com, and tell me a little bit about yourself, and we might end up having you on there too with some content. I'll be establishing the name and the channel here shortly, and give you more details on the vision on where the channel will go. But I can tell you right now, it's going to be me, Jose. He's a truckload guy, and he can give you his experience. He has other experiences beyond truckload, because in order to get to truckload, you had to do OTR. I'm just saying, you had to do it. So, and then I'll be reaching out to, I'm going to see, maybe, I didn't really think about it. Might do Patrick and Jerry. Went to trucking school with them. They're team drivers. I forgot who they're working for. They're team drivers right now, I think, for Expedite Company. So I might reach out to them and see if they want to do some content, and just give you, and have everybody take, like I said, a day of the week. I got another guy that's on here, and you were supposed to do something with flatbed, and I really was interested in wanting to see what your content looked like, because you're one I might want to reach out to. I might reach out to D-Boy Stance, because I really, D-Boy Stance brings a kind of humor that I sometimes just watch the videos and be cracking up at homegirl. Because it's the way she does her videos is kind of funny. So if you guys haven't checked her channel, check it out. Jose changed his. His was JC Elect. He changed it to something else. I got to look the new name up. But what I'll end up doing is linking these people's channels too. Because there's content that you just need to go and see and pick from it what you like, what you don't like. But in talking to him, he's got a lot of knowledge. He's had some experience, good, bad, and indifferent. And I think we need to know about that. We need to know how to maybe handle the frustrations that we have out here. And, this is a way that I do it, is to kind of just sit on here and talk. Anyway, I got to make a phone call, because I got to go take a shower over a friend's house. I don't have any showers at any of the truck stops right now. And I can go take a shower at my family's house. And I got to find me a laundromat. I think I'm going to go back to one I went to before. I'm a bobtail over there. And I was going to have my buddy Joe take me, but I just drive the bobtail. I'm bobtail. I don't have a wagon on me right now. I have no trailer on me. So I'm going to bobtail my little happy butt over there. And then wash the laundry. And then I'm trying to see if I'm going to drive this into Vivian's, go get a shower over there, and then head over to Love's and park at Love's. And then my days today, tomorrow, possibly I might stay Monday, is to get this truck organized before I hit the road. Because when I hit the road, I like things to be in order. Because right now, the way this truck look, I'll be ready to scream in a little bit because it's messing with my OCD. Because it's a hot ass mess. I'm just saying. Anyway, y'all, 2 and 2, be blessed. And yeah, hit me up, truckerdoll@gmail.com or truckerdoll on Facebook. You can message me. Just let me know what your question is. I don't call everybody. I'm going to assess what you write me, and that's going to determine whether I'm going to have a phone conversation or not. I'm not going to recommend everybody. I'm going to assess what you're telling me, and then I know whether I need to refer you in or not. And again, I don't want people to go, oh, I'm going to go to that company and get a new truck. Maybe you will, maybe you won't. There were people who had trucks with 300-some thousand miles on them. But I will say they maintain their equipment quite well. So even if you did, it was detailed, it was washed, it was mechanically sound. They made sure you could hook up. It was really good. And I got to show you something new on the fifth wheel, because the other day I was having fifth wheel issues. I was like, and what happened with the new fifth wheel, you have to move the lever over and then pull it. I never had that before. So it's different. I didn't know. I'm pulling like a normal. It's not. Well, yeah. Anyway, 2 and 2.